Episode 3512, Is Tough Love Still Relevant?
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Kristianne Wargo.
Happy day. Are you ready for it? Oh, come on. It's Friday. That means you get to do a little bit of an extra happy dance, even though it's confession day. But you know what? It feels good to have a confession day, doesn't it? Well, the question here for today is, tough love still relevant? For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already even had the opportunity, you'll want to head on over to createyournow.com, where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter, the Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, inspiring connection and community. All right, take a deep breath, because I bet you've got some big things happening this weekend. All right, is it all about the kids? Do you got the football games happening? Everybody's back to school. It's after Labor Day. And oh yeah, we're all in. Maybe, nope, you don't have the kids' activities, but you got college ball. Or the NFL. Did you watch the Chiefs and Ravens game? I mean, it came down to a toe. Okay, we'll leave that for another episode. But seriously, we got to talk about confessions. And I think when we look at our lives and what we're doing as parents and how we're relating to our kids, it's so important. And as a parent, have you ever wondered if tough love truly works? You know, in today's society, there seems to be a shift towards being more of a friend to your child rather than a responsible parent, guiding them when they need to go another direction or helping them make a decision, even though they get the final say, but really beginning to allow them to say, okay, look, let's break this down. Now look what happens here. Are we giving them critical thinking skills? Is tough love still relevant? Because when I look at it, I'm thinking, tough love, can it really be effective in shaping a child's character and future? It's natural for us as parents to want to be our child's friend, but tough love means guiding them towards becoming who they were created to be. It's striking that balance between showing love and providing discipline. Tough love is not about being harsh or unkind to your child. A lot of people hear the word tough and they're like, oh, man, you're just so mean. It has nothing to do about being mean. It's about setting boundaries, instilling values, and teaching important life lessons. Children need structure and guidance to thrive in the world. Tough love helps them develop resilience and character. But unfortunately, I think a lot of us are caught in the friend world. Oh, I just want to be my child's best friend. I want to, be the one that, they just think my reels are awesome. You're like 20 years older or more than your children, most of us. Maybe not always. Maybe you've got only 15, 18 years. However, the difference is in your age. Let me tell you, your responsibility is to be their parent first. Friend is second. And quite frankly, friendship doesn't happen until after they have matured and most of the time have moved on. And that means you're an empty nester. Or if they are still living with you as an adult, you have boundaries and they know. My kiddos, I've got adults living in my household right now. We have boundaries, but guess what? They're adults and we recognize that. We don't get to decide everything that they do. We do ask for certain things because they are living under our roof. I'd like to know when they're coming home, so I'm not the worried mom going, is everything okay? Just let me know. I don't care how late you're out. I don't care if you don't come back until the next day. I just want to know your schedule, so I'm not worried. And if you need something, ask me. That's what I'm here for. But I think a lot of times we're worried about, I just got to be loved by my child. No, you've got to show tough love first before you get the love from your child. When you discipline your child, that's when you'll have respect from your child. And you're like, wait a minute, that sounds backwards. No, it's not. I've watched, I've learned, I've read, I've taught, and the strategy holds true. Tough love breeds respect because you have a disciplinary factor in place. My grandson, It's the sweetest thing ever. He comes to me. I got to visit him a few days ago, and he said, Grandma, can you live with me forever? I want you to live with me forever. Can you just stay with me forever? I kid you not. He said it more than I can count on both hands, just out of the blue. We weren't even talking about anything. And he's like, Grandma, you know what? I love you. Just the sweetest little cutest voice. But let me tell you this grandma holds her boundaries. I'm firm, but I am very loving. And he knows this is what's going to happen. And if you work within the rules of grandma, it's the best thing ever. We get to do so many things. Children thrive when they have boundaries, when they have structure. And that tough love helps them develop resilience and character. Now, of course, they're going to go through their stages, right? He's a cute 3-year-old right now. But they're going to have these stages in life. Remember the terrible twos that really started at like 16, 18 months old? Yeah, I know. They totally lie about the terrible two age. And then you've got the tweens and the teens. Oh, wait. And then they go out in the real world and they think they know everything more than you do. Absolutely everything. They might as well be the president of the United States of America because they know it all. No matter where they are, no matter what they're studying, not studying, if they're in school, out of school, working or not working, they know it all. And you're like, good luck finding your way. But you see, Mom, you know what, Dad? If you structure and guide them, that tough love is going to help them long term. And I know in the moment it's going to feel so frustrating. But you see, when you parent with tough love, it involves showing compassion, grace, and discipline in equal measures. Compassion allows you to connect with your child on an emotional level, understanding their struggles and joys. Grace provides forgiveness and acceptance, creating that safe space for growth. Discipline sets boundaries and expectations, teaching responsibility and accountability. It raises the ceiling. Walking the fine line between being a friend and a parent can be challenging, but it is essential for your child's development. So you ready to walk the fine line? That is your Kiss to Keep It Simple strategy. Walk the fine line. And that fine line is that balance between love and discipline, tough love. That's where parents can raise children who are confident, resilient, and compassionate individuals. I mean, don't you want your child to grow up to impact the world that they touch in the way that only they can, unique to them? That's the key here. It's not about being like their siblings or like you. It's about growing them up to be like who they are created to be. And when you focus on that and you lead with a heart that says, I love you, but you've got to work within this, that's when you'll see incredible growth, unbelievable resilience, and determination that takes them beyond any failure they'll ever experience. They'll build character. Why? Well, because you help them with strong values, exceptional confidence, and rigorous rhythms. Say that fast 3 times. And that's what we're going to talk about today, because when you walk the fine line, this is what it really looks like in real life. Number 1, strong values. Teaching them the importance of honesty, respect, and empathy builds a foundation for ethical decision making. Yes, you heard the word ethical. I know you're thinking this is getting deep. I know it's Friday, but you still got to pay attention. Instill moral principles and ethics in children from a young age. Believe it or not, they're paying attention to you whether you like it or not. If you're only using 4-letter words, every 5 words that you use, guess what you're putting in their vocabulary? 4-letter words, even if they're not saying it, because pretty soon, give them another year or so, and oh my goodness, it's going to be all 4-letter words. And you're going to be like, oh, and the crazy thing is, they know how to use it. They use it properly. Come on, Mom. Lead by example. Dad, reinforce these values through daily interactions and activities. So let me give you an example. Encouraging a child to apologize when they have done something wrong teaches them the value of accountability and respect for others. Praise them when they show kindness to a classmate or share toys, reinforcing the importance of empathy and generosity. This also goes with when your kids are older. Our son is moving, and I'm absolutely thrilled for him. We're actually moving him this weekend, and so I'm sure I'll have lots of stories to tell. But he has one neighbor who just thinks the world of him. And while I was helping my son pack up, she came by and just wanted to give her 2 cents of wisdom in. And it was so sweet because you could tell they formed a bond. And she was much older, but at the same time, she was so caring. And they both had this relationship. She had to walk the fine line, and so did he. But you see, because of what I did, he was the good neighbor. Now, was he always the great son? No, because he was a 2-year-old. He was a toddler. Did he challenge me in his teens and tweens? Oh, yes, he did. Did he challenge me as he got older and went through life? Of course he did. But you see, Mama stuck to her guns and said, you know what? This is how it's going to be. And I got to see the fruits of my labor. I promise you, when you walk the fine line, you'll see it. You'll see that benefit. So be sure to strengthen those values within them by modeling them. Number 2, exceptional confidence. Our kids need more confidence. Encouraging them to believe in themselves and their abilities fosters self-assurance and ambition, which gives them reassurance when they question themselves between their 2 ears. Because what happens in our mind? Oh yeah, everything does. And it's that self-talk that's in our head, those conversations. They're monologues, but they really sound like dialogues. So that means when they're dialogues, it becomes more truth and more of a reality. But really, it's just a monologue. And then we just replay these tapes over and over again, good, bad, and ugly. But here I'm to tell you, Mom, you can boost your child's self-esteem by providing encouragement, celebrating their achievements, and offering constructive feedback. And Dad, you can do the same thing. Encouraging them to try new things and embrace challenges can help develop a growth mindset and resilience. No more of this, I can't do this. It's wait, I know it may be tough, but I'm going to give it a shot. I know I can do this. It's going to take a lot of work, but I'm going to do it. If your child expresses interest in joining a sports team, right? They may feel nervous about trying out, which I know I would. And I did for many things. I remember trying out for cheerleading before 8th grade happened, because it was between 7th grade and 8th grade. And I was like, oh, I want to do it so bad, right? Ugh, those nerves. I mean, you can feel them even now. Well, parents, we can support our children by attending practices, cheering them on, and reminding them of their strengths. You got this. Go practice a routine. Practice those jumps. You got this. And by empowering them to face their fears and take risks, we get to help them build their confidence and courage. Why? Because we're helping to instill it in them. And being on a team, whether they make it or not, regardless of the team, varsity A, B, or JV A, B, whatever it is, if you're in a big school system, could be in college. They're trying to run for president of the student council. You got to encourage them. It all starts with you. Come on, Mom. Rise up. Your child needs you. And I know you get tired. I get it. There are so many late nights, and I just kind of think, oh my goodness, will I ever get to put my head on the bed and just be okay? Not have to worry, not have to be concerned. And I got to tell you, there are more days that I'm more concerned than I am just sleeping with not a worry in my head. I guess that's being a mom. That's called real life. But I'm also here to remind you that you can walk the fine line. and you're doing all right now. You could tweak some things here and there to make it a little bit better. And if you think you've kind of failed here and there, well, you know what? Pick up where you left off and figure out what you can do. There's no judgment here. I've made many of thousands of mistakes. And there are times I'm sitting here thinking, oh, am I ever going to get to the other side of anything? And there are days when I see my son as we're getting ready for him to move out and move to another city in another state, take on a new job, and I see the relationship with his neighbor. And I think, and that's why I had to be the mom I was, because that's the man I wanted to see. Right? We take them from boys to men, girls to women. Number 3, rigorous rhythms. This is where you establish routines and boundaries, and it creates a sense of security, structure, and stability, nurturing the sense of discipline and responsibility. Now, that's a lot, but it's called a rhythm for a reason. Security, structure, and stability. Let me give you an example. Creating a daily routine that includes designated study time or outdoor play time, family meals, and bedtime rituals can help children feel secure and grounded. They feel safe. Consistency in these rhythms in their everyday allows children to anticipate and prepare for each part of their day, reducing stress and promoting a sense of order in their lives. How many kids are anxious nowadays? Seriously, think about that. Part of it comes from, yes, social media. And guess what? Not just that, but being on the computer. Things come at us so fast that it's naturally built up within us that we're anxious. Oh, if I don't get it immediately. Now, they're not thinking this, but this is what's going on internally, chemically within our body and our mind. And then they're like, I don't know why I feel this way. I get so tense, or I don't know what to do, or I have problems getting the words out of my mouth, or I trip over my stuff. Rigorous rhythms. Rhythms are important. They connect that security, structure, and stability.